Good morning. My name is Rick Nalyd. I'm one of the teaching professionals at Bonita Bay Club in Bonita Springs, Florida. I'm here today for segment 2 of the golf swing, which is to cover the takeaway or backswing. The backswing is a very simple process if we allow it to be. Sometimes we get ourselves caught up and get ourselves in trouble. But provided that we have a good posturing setup and get ourselves into a nice sequence of motions, we can achieve a good backswing that allows us to return the club back to impact with the most authority or power and accuracy for strike. One of the things I like to really cover in the backswing, obviously the setup needs to be good, and that is to have a good spine angle, not one that is forward and not one that is too far back. These will absolutely have an effect on how the golf club travels back. So if we have a good setup, and that is just a slight tilt, level on the feet, slight tilt to the spine, then we're in position to start the backswing. How does it go? Many people have some myths, and that is part of my job here too, is to dispel maybe a couple of myths. Many of us have the idea that the backswing should go straight back and straight up. That is not true. The golf swing is a circle. It is just a circle on an angle, such as I have represented with this stick that's on the ground. If you'll notice at the setup position that the shaft of the club and the stick in the ground are very, very similar to one another. You may not have them perfect, but that's okay, but it's a great representation of how the backswing works. So if we're in a good setup and we are ready to start the backswing and we sequence it with the upper body, we don't need a lot of hip turn here. Some of us might need to achieve some of that to create or complete the backswing, but to begin it, we want it to have it happen with the core or upper body. So we want to turn our body to about 3 to 4 inches, our hands 3 to 4 inches past our back foot or trailing foot, the club about a foot behind us. As you can see in this position here, it's about a foot and a half behind us. I've turned about 40 degrees with my shoulders. It gets me into position. At this point, where the hands and the arms start to engage as the shoulders finish their turn, I want to follow up, as you can see, and match that stick. And then once I've matched it here, I want to also follow it with my hands to the top. So it puts me in a position of having the club, hands, and arms just behind my right shoulder. Some drills to help you along the way to get there. And understand that the sequence again starts with the upper body or even the core. We turn it, then we set and let the arms engage. That gets us to the top. So you start to see a sequence and a flow of motion. You can break this down into 2 parts as you exercise if you would like. Ideally, you want it to get it to be a free-flowing motion to the top that is just as simple as that. If the foot lifts, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine. I will tell you, for most of us, as we continue to have birthdays and lose a little bit of flexibility, allowing this foot to come off the ground is a great aid into achieving a full turn and completing the backswing. One of the drills that I do is I like a preset drill. I'll turn and face the camera for this one. A preset drill is to get the setup position, hinge the wrist without the arms moving, as you notice. A lot of people will do this and let the arms move. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a preset position out of the wrist without the arms traveling. Once we've accomplished this position, and I'll show it to you from the inline view, when I set it, you'll see that the club is parallel to the stick on the ground, perpendicular to the stick back to the back. It is on my target line. From here, I just rotate my chest, my core, to the top of the backswing. Great way to sense and feel what happens. You will notice a little hip turn here, which is very common. It happens because of my shoulder turn, not because I'm spinning my hips. It's a great way to get yourself in bad position. If we spin the hips, we'll go way inside of the stick and end up too far behind us. Well, first off, I can't see the ball, so it'll be hard to return to it. Imagine what it would be like. I'd do a lot of things wrong. A great drill to help sense and feel it, though, is the preset drill. Preset, turn to the top. The other drill that we would do is just a stop drill, is what I do. Is I like to look at that position with a little bit of an arm swing. So we'll turn, then set, and this helps create some of the flow to get the backswing very fluid to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put myself in a position. I'll come down and hit a golf shot. after I've done a drill. I'm going to do the stop drill, so I'm going to turn halfway back, I'm going to ride to the top, then I'm going to come back down and strike the golf shot. Provided we get ourselves in a position, the golf swing evolves and flows its way back to the golf ball with simple ease. So what I would suggest to you is stay tuned for segment 3 for the downswing and impact positions that happen in the golf swing. And thank you very much.